Hello, everybody. Welcome to Late Night Football. Welcome to our match reaction show. It's finished. Real Madrid won, Atletico Madrid won. So share the spoils in the Madrid derby. And I've got to say, for that opening, probably 65, 70 minutes, it was absolutely boring. It was putting me to sleep. That was a really, it grew into life in the last 20, 25 minutes. But God, that was such a difficult watch. And maybe that is old school Atletico in some ways, isn't it? That they just make it so difficult to watch them play. But inevitably they used to come up with the 3 points. They couldn't do that here, but very nearly pulled it off. I've got to say, that red card was a bit harsh on. So I'm just gonna fix this. Yeah, that red card was a bit harsh on Correa. I don't think it was a red card. I mean, it's one of those. If it wasn't given, Via wouldn't interfere. But the fact that it was given, Via said, "Yeah, fine, that's a red card," because he's just trying to push off Rudiger. He's not looking at him. He's not looking where he's hitting him. It's not a red card for me. And but again, you do something like that, you give the referee a decision to make. So he was a bit stupid there, but it wasn't a red card for me. And that Atletico could feel hard done by. And sometimes senses of injustice can spur teams on, and that's what happened with Atletico. It spurred them on. But you got to say, even with 11 men, 10 men, Real Madrid just never had a clue what to do in this game. They just looked so devoid of ideas. I mean, Toni Kroos for me was atrocious today by his standards. He was pretty poor. I don't think Ceballos had a very good game either. It just that didn't look like they had any. And Asensio was very bad as well in this game, and they were missing Rodrigo. They really were missing Rodrigo, because I think he brings them that X factor that Asensio just can't on that right wing. And it was just meandering. It was Atletico made it boring. I think Real Madrid played their part as well by just being so uninspiring. And it's surprising because they came off of a really great win over Liverpool, and it does convince me. And a lot of people say that Real Madrid take La Liga lightly because they prefer to focus their energies on Champions League, and maybe that is true because you get more money for winning the Champions League than for winning La Liga, probably. But the fact is that there is a class, there is a difference. There's a difference in the energy levels, the intensity when they play in the Champions League versus when they play in La Liga. There is a difference. Today they were at home as well, by the way. They were at home today, and yet look at the performance that they put in. It was just so dour. And then that goal came for Atletico. I don't think Atletico deserved to win the game. They didn't. But what they did was, when they got the one big chance, they took it. And that is the difference. It's a good corner, but the run from Jimenez is what makes that goal, because Eder Militao is just flat-footed. And I think maybe part of it was Real Madrid weren't really expecting Atletico to be an offensive force. Once they got down to 10 men, they were like, okay, it's fine. It's been they're not really going to attack. And so that catches them out when Jimenez comes from so deep and he's got the momentum. And so, Militao is always in trouble with something there. So he's got to go and attack the header, but he doesn't. He just stands there and waits. And it's a wonderful header from Jimenez. Gets a bit lucky because it takes the inside, the person goes in. He'll say it was perfect placement, and probably it was. But Courtois had no chance. He had no chance to stop that. And it's 1-0, and you're fearing the worst because you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, are Real Madrid going to lose to Atletico, who are down to 10 men? I mean, that'd be so bad. But then a star is born, as it says, and a star is born because Alvaro Rodriguez pops up. He came on just before the goal was conceded, by the way, and probably was one of the people who was maybe at fault as well for the goal. But it was definitely credit, a credit in the offensive third to score that goal. Is again, it's a corner. I think maybe Atletico a little bit tired, a little bit weary. There was nobody marking him. Nobody's marking. That's so un-Atletico like, but there was nobody attacking. So Alvaro had pretty much a free header, and he does the best of it. He makes the best of the situation, puts a wonderful head into the back, side post, and goes in. And that also maybe had a touch of luck about it, but it's a good header. And Jimenez was a good header. Jimenez as well. And it's 1-1. And last 5 minutes, you're thinking, maybe Real Madrid will come back into this. Maybe they'll do what they did to Liverpool, make a comeback. But they just couldn't. They just didn't have that cutting edge. I mean, that was the one moment of lapse that Atletico had. But then they went back to the stoic Saul itself. And it finished 1-0. I don't think either team deserved to win the game. I don't think either team did enough to win the game. But Real Madrid will be happy with Alvaro Rodriguez's performance. I did like when he came on the last game as well. He did quite well. I believe it was I think it was Getafe, wasn't it? They played last. I can't remember who they played Osasuna, I believe. Yeah, they played Osasuna, and he was good in that one as well, where he got an assist the last time he played. And here again, he played very well today. So he's someone I think they'll nurture, and they'll try and get him through. Might be a good sort of bench option, probably better than Hazard, because Hazard just doesn't look like he's anywhere at the moment in the team, is he? But otherwise, I mean, Madrid there's nothing to take positive from this game, and it's a shame because, as I said yesterday, if Madrid were on play to their form, they would have won. They should have won this game, but they didn't. And the reality is, tomorrow Barcelona are going to play Almeria. Now, a lot of people think it's going to be foregone conclusion of 3 points, and it might very well be. But the fact is, Barcelona have just come off a demoralizing defeat to Manchester United. They are in a bit of a crisis mode financially. You just try to win today's game, and you put a little bit of pressure on Barcelona to go right. We won. You need to win this game, right? And we won. So you now need to win it even more. So can you go out and do it? Just a little bit of that pressure. But what they've done is they've just drawn this game. So Barcelona can now take it easy. Now Barcelona know that a win is a bonus. They don't need to go out and win, and they'll be able to play more freely. They won't panic, and they'll get the win anyway. They might get the win anyway, but the fact is that pressure now is taken off of them, because it's not as much of a must win as it was. It probably still is a must win because they need a reaction after what happened on Thursday, but this result just takes a bit of that pressure off. As far as the La Liga is concerned, they don't need to worry so much. They don't need to win it to keep themselves ahead in La Liga. They need to win it for themselves, and that's just sad. That's sad from Real Madrid. They'll be disappointed with that. 2 points dropped. Is the title race over? I think if Barcelona win tomorrow, then I think it's over, because 10 points is too much to bridge. I mean, yes, they've got a game against Barcelona to come. They might win that one. That still gives you 7 points. I mean, that's just too much to bridge in this league. It's just not, against a consistent Barcelona that's just not dropping points. You get it if they win tomorrow. I think that's title race done for me, and maybe that's fine for Real Madrid. It's just a bit disappointing, but yeah, it just feels like at the moment I think tomorrow's game is going to be critical from that. From Madrid perspective, it's going to be critical, because if Barcelona win it, I think we can safely say they're going to win La Liga. But that's for tomorrow. We'll see what happens there, of course. I'm intrigued as well to see that Kroos and Modric didn't start today, which I think is now a sign that we're starting to move away from that, which I think we're already seeing a bit of it. But I think today's game kind of cements that, yes, Kroos and Modric are no longer going to be starters for the team. One of them is going to start. Both of them are not going to start together, which I think is the right decision. I'm just not sure if Ceballos is the answer. I think he's tidy, he's clean, he's very neat, but I just think he lacks that little bit of imagination that Modric brings, or that Kroos used to bring in his prime. So that's something. But I mean, they've got they've got wingers, they've got other options as well. And I do worry for Valverde. I have to say, I do worry for Valverde. I think he's lost a bit of his intensity and his form in the last couple of months since the World Cup. He's not the same player that he was before the World Cup. He had a decent club World Cup, but I don't think he has been at his best since the restart, and that will be a concern as well, because they really rely on him a lot in that midfield as well as a right winger, and I just don't think he's performing at the moment. But anyway, that's something to think. And they've got a big Clásico coming up as well. The cup now starts on midweek as well. What's going to happen there? I don't know. That will be something interesting to watch. So there's a lot to come for Madrid. I just feel that today's win would have continued that momentum, but they just, and particularly when you have 25 minutes against a team that's down to 10 men, you expect better. You expect better from Real Madrid, and they just couldn't deliver today. But anyway, let me know what you think about the game. What do you think about La Liga? Do you think it's done? Do you think there's still a way for Madrid? Of course, always love to hear your thoughts as always. And do smash like if you enjoyed this video, of course. And smash like for Stefan Savic. He got sent off in the cup when these two teams met, but I think today he was the man of the match. Played really, really well. My man of the match, of course. So smash like for him as well, and do subscribe to our channel on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that. And yeah, look forward to your support. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again soon with another match reaction show, so stay tuned for that. Take care. Bye bye.